Hello, good morning. I can't tell. There should be light back there someplace. Hello, good morning. We're 30 seconds in. Late morning. I'm still trying to find things to do. Just trying to mess with stuff. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Let that be done. I wonder if I turn on that light if it'll help. Uh-uh. The way it points, it looks like it points. That's cute. Okay. Alright. Give me a second. Alright. Who wants to do tarot? Okay. We have a full moon coming up, like today. Yeah, today. Full moon. You know. Who is excited about the full moon? Love the full moon. So quiet. We should do tonight. We should do a video with the money shaker and a cleaning and organizing spell. Okay. Full moon. Okay. We have 9 of discs. Game. Discs are in the back. Nine of disc. Inventory meaning. Oh, that's the 8. The 9 of disc indicates considerable financial gain. This may be the results of your past prudence, thrift, or hard work. A reward for your efforts and careful administration. This is also the card of unearned money received from unexpected sources such as inherited wealth, winnings, gifts, settlements, or alimony. In either case, good luck attends your material affairs. However, this does not bring you the satisfaction you thought it would. You feel restless and would like a new challenge. You would like to change your life, to travel, to have adventures. You present relationship is also the source of discontent, and you are tempted to embark on a new one. Spiritually, you feel you are not developing. You should avoid making any hasty decisions and consider your future carefully. That makes sense. You should, yeah, I should do that. The High Priest. It's all the way over here. Yep, 0. It's like the beginning of the journey. Yeah, that's long. Your thoughts turn inward and you become more concerned with who you are and what your brain. It's a very, very long one. Gosh. What would you like to do more than anything else in life? Are you leaning towards it? Everyone, sheesh. I was telling you that you could be unexplored skills and abilities. The High Priest is telling you you must organize, plan, and use creative power of your mind to achieve your full potential. It is through your thoughts and that you interpret your past, understand your present, and shape your future. This is true. A career change, a creative project, learning a new skill. Let's say do or do not. Everyone has something they always do. I have a dream. Rapunzel. I have a dream. I have a dream. Remember that your deepest longing is something that can come into your life to do. Start now. Tonight, explore what it would take and begin. It may take a long time to get there, but if you don't start the journey, you will never arrive. Yes. The spiritual level, the High Priest is the inner guide whose voice is sometimes obscured by the confusion of your thoughts and the tumult of events, but which nevertheless is always present, perhaps guiding you subconsciously to whatever you need through chance meeting, a book you happen to read, or even a dream. Deep within yourself, you have an unknowing strength and abilities to explore and develop. You are seeking the answer to philosophical questions, and may have drawn to study of philosophy or religion in hopes that it may have answers. Oh my gosh. Of thyself. But especially in the areas psychic and personal development, the most important thing is that you ancients dictate to know thyself. It means to understand. That sucker. Oh my gosh. Yes, know thyself. The Green Man, 0. Oh, another long one. Holy crap. Another long one. The Green Man is the raw power of nature, untamed energy, the wild and fertile force behind natural growth. He could be seen as the divine impulse or creation, which is not under the control of man. The primal chaos that's with which matter crystallizes in order urges. In the past, this force was respected and honored, and people strove to work in harmony with nature, to live within the cycles, and to become part of them. Today, humankind as a species has lost respect for nature and seeks to control and defeat it. We now know that we are causing dire consequences, not only for our planet, but for our spiritual well-being. Well, our physical well-being too. We too are natural beings. Robin Hood was and is a force that exists outside of man-made society, refusing to be governed by the rules and conventions, fighting for injustice and wrongs. Such a character is often seen as dangerous or even mad because he doesn't conform. Although throughout history such characters have been sown the seed of change with new ideas, scientists ahead of their time, philosophers, artists, visionaries, and revolutionary people often ridicule and sometimes persecute their own lifetime. If the Green Man appears in your spread, it indicates that powerful forces are at work in your life, breaking down the old order so that new ones may emerge. You have been feeling restless and discontented and have an overwhelming impulse to throw away everything that you worked for to seek new experience, a new horizon, without any clear idea of what else could be. This course of action will inevitably lead to a period of chaos, and you will leave behind old friends and relationships. However, meet new people to begin a new phase of existence in which you will learn and grow unmeasurably. Immeasurably. Unmeasurably is not a word, I don't think. Trust in your instincts, and new patterns in your life will eventually emerge from the chaos and become clear. Spiritually, you will receive unexpected guidance and fresh inspiration with experience far behind the unusual, or far beyond the usual. It is the call of the other world to seek and know. Precisely what you seek is not yet clear. You may greet the call with a mixture of excitement and anxiety and leap into the dark. Sounds like fun. Yes, video. This lighting. I gotta do something with this lighting. The audio. How are you guys doing? Who's ready for the full moon? Full moon. I need those in there when I shuffle. We should have fun. We should do like a mini spell and the money shakers. I wonder if anybody would buy a money shaker. Okay. Keys. Full moon. We have lots of rain. We should send that like where there's droughts. I can't believe how much rain there is. Just have those like rain drums. But you have to do them where the water isn't stagnant or collecting bugs, like mosquitoes. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I compulsively spent money yesterday, and I'm like, how much money? I'm tired. I really didn't feel like hopping on today. But I was like, how long has it been since I've hopped on? I just haven't gotten up. I haven't woken up. I haven't done anything to get on here. I have no schedule. I have nothing together. I'm back at the point like, what should I do? Where should I go? How should I live my life? There's things that I want to do, and there's a pretty idea and such an imaginative of, I imagine this is the way we should live, this is what we should do, and it's nothing like, the way things are, or the way people think I should, the way people tell me I should live. Like, when you follow your own instinct, but people say, I don't know. But yeah, I should figure it out. I should figure out what I'm really doing, what I really want to do, how I really want to go about things, what the real clear goals are. Yep. So we should let's get a new page. Oh my gosh, so much chaos here. So much chaos. Okay. Hate all these sports. But I don't know where I put it's probably sitting up there. Like in front of my face, just staring at me. I think that's what it is. I think that's what's staring at me. This is my earpiece. The cordless one. Okay, so we want to set goals. Okay. So we want to complete tasks. And what we want to do is we want to work on a method. Come up with a method, complete a method, create a method. Yeah. Create of how we do things. How things are. Or how they should be done. Because the more I try other stuff, the more it just fails. Anybody else having that? Where it's just failing? It's not going anywhere? I'm right back where I started. I keep doing the same thing. I don't know why. Working at a job that I don't love. Working further and further away from what I should be doing. Just keep ending up in the same situation. And I know better. I know better. That's what's so funny. I don't know. And if I love something or I'm attached to something, the people that matter the most to me tell me I shouldn't do it. And they'll come up with 101, or they'll come up with reasons why I shouldn't do what I love or what I like. But yet I'll see somebody else doing the very same thing. How come they get to do it and I don't? Because I don't give myself permission to do it. People don't seem to understand me, and I understand this because I don't let them get close enough to me to, not because then I get told things like, "Oh no, you shouldn't do this because that's stupid," or that, lead to this and this problem. Okay, and then I'm living this life that I'm not happy with. Yeah, there's only so many years I could do that, and finally you're like, screw it all, I'm just gonna do it my way, and you know they'll catch up. If they love you, they'll be there. If they don't, oh well, I tried being there for somebody else, and eventually they'll make their choices to be with me or not. I mean, I put my whole life around somebody else, which was stupid. Just gonna do it my way. Screw everything else, I'm just gonna do it my way. Uh, I realized probably all the time I was upset, resentful, mad. It's because I let them. I mean, you have a choice to stand up and say no or yes, and yes or no. And I mean, happiness is a choice. I've been learning. That really washes out. Holy craps. Holy craps. That's like such a washout. Angle. Yeah, I gotta get this all done today. Today's project. This weekend's project. This week's project. Yeah, this is not any better. Wow. I've got to figure out lighting. It should clear up for those who have like HD, you know, viewers, monitors, TVs, things where they shouldn't have a problem. It like cleans up for them. All these things that we think everything else is a problem when we're recording. But yeah, let's see. Can I? Uh, uh, Not being satisfied with something, and you can have those feelings, and it's good to have those feelings. But to know what to do with those feelings, and to know how to, what's the difference? Respond and react. I mean, what what do you want to do with them? What do I want to do with them? What do I want to do with the fact that my life isn't where I want it to be? How do I get it to where I want it to be? Is it the way I do things? Is it the attitude I have with everything? Because I can watch other people's attitude and go, probably why you're not getting what you want. Or you're getting what you want and you still ain't happy. Um, yeah, yeah. So those are a couple of things that I want to assess for myself. It's full moon. Probably going to do little money jars. Those look like fun to do. And let's see what else. Organized spell. Can you do 2 spells on a full moon? What happens when you do 2 spells on a full moon? Look that up. Where'd the phone go? I just had the phone, I swear. Oh, here it is. I buried. Yeah, I need to organize. Crap, I need to organize. Alright. What happened to full moon? I can spell mine. Let's see what the Google says. These are like spells to do. I was looking those up earlier, but get the answer you're looking for added to the web. Online publishers may be able to answer it when shared. It won't be associated with your. Yeah, because there's no answering the spell with the. Yeah, because it's and or. Do the spell because it's a lot of work that goes into a single like ritualistic spell. Like there's cute little spells and then there's the ritualistic spells that you put like high energy into. That's a lot of energy. Do they like hmm. Well, the only thing I can think to do is to clean and organize to open the energies for money to flow. It's the only thing I can think to do. Is when you do cleansing for a ritual, um, cleansing the space. There's the physical, like you sweep, and then you sweep all the dirt and stuff. And you sweep all the energy out with the negative energy out with the dirt. We're going to have to do one of those, and that'll raise the energy to do a spell for money, like a money jar spell. And we should do that tonight. Is that doable? How doable is that? We can try it. We can see what happens. You'll probably see the results because sometimes the recording of it or trying to record and trying to get the equipment going when I'm not so tech savvy tends to inhibit the goal. And I gotta wonder the people in my life being intrusive rather than helpful. I got people in my life that are helpful. They're not intrusive. Like when they come in here, not everything stops and just, me being me stops. Those are the people I need to hang out with. Yeah. Where I can be me and they can be them and it's okay. But yeah. I don't know. We'll do that. That's what we should do. Yeah. Thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. And cleaning out friends list. Yeah. I could do a few spells. So that will work. It'll be fun. So what are you guys going to do for the full moon? Oh, the power button. I had another device I had to work on for something. And the power button on the side of the, so when you picked it up, it was right there. Just like you touched it, boom. Like, and the power button is here again. I don't know what is with that. Why it's designed that way, you'd have to ask some people that design things. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, and update. So the attention deficit disorder. I'm getting medication because I'm getting sleep. I'm not sleeping the full 8 hours. I'm trying to sleep 4 hours at a time. I'm getting 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. It's not what I intended. Not what I intended at all. I intended to have a set schedule of sleep, cycle it into the system, see if I can handle it if it's over like a month or something like that, and see if it evens out everything. Because some people can't do it, some people can do it, and it depends on the person. But it takes a strict diet of like no sugar at all to be able to accomplish this thing, and that's just like keto or something, keto diet or something like that. I don't know what a keto diet is, but I suspect it's like it's mortifying for me. It's not a bad thing, and it's just like the fact that no longer I work to no longer drink Monster, like the regular Monster. I'll drink the Monster Java, worst case scenario. But all right, so sleep deprivation, and then so I was like, I need to, like, I have attention deficit disorder already, but then like sleep deprivation and attention deficit disorder are similar, similar. People behave similar manner. And so I'm like, if I'm going to go without sleep, I've got to do something about this because it's just going to magnify the issue and make it so that I can't do my life, which is right now where I'm at. I can't do my life. And so and I can't find the old paperwork that says that I have this. So without the diagnosis, can't get the medicine. So I have to go, and I did all the hoops that I could to go get the attention deficit disorder medicine. To go get the diagnosis. When I took the test, got the diagnosis. He's like, I'll share this with you. Um, so that other people, I laugh at this, but this is so that other people who have this issue can relate and understand and maybe going through it. You're not alone. I'm not as many people. Hi, good morning. Apparently, there was this test that showed impulse control. That's all it did. Right. My youngest, she's like, I want it both. So she shaved. She wanted it. You wanted it. You wanted your hair gone? Good morning. How do you like your hair? That's washing us out of it. Slightly this way. Do you like your hair? Good morning. You're tired. You look so tired. Aw. So apparently 90% more than women my age. I have no impulse control. It's not saying that I have none whatsoever, but I have less impulse control than women my age. 90%. hmm So I told my significant other, and his response is, "Well, I've seen you not say anything or hold your impulses." And I'm like, so I go through the whole thing where I'm sitting. My setup is, "Hey, I took this test. Hey, I have no impulse control. Hey, I'm work really, really hard. So when I do have impulse control, it's something worth celebrating. That's great, because it's so difficult. And I have this test to prove it." His response was, "I've seen you hold yours. Da 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 da." And let's see, what else? I'm sorry. Should I not say bad things? No, I shouldn't. Should I be nicer about this? Yeah. All right. Yeah. The letdown was I told something very important and something close to my heart. I get told pretty much how sucky I was. So, yeah. But I was excited. But telling you guys, I'm very excited that the diagnosis came in, and I was rooting for the diagnosis to get the medicine so that I could help put things together and see if that'll make things easier to try to achieve these goals of self-sustaining happiness. Are you getting down? Boom. Did you want to go find something to eat? Okay. She's tired. So I was happy. I was like, yay, I get to go towards, working towards my goal of one thing that's been preventing me from reaching goals, one thing that's been preventing me from doing what I want to accomplish. I can knock that barrier out of my life. So I'm happy about it. Um, so yeah, who cares what my significant other thinks? Caring too. Caring is now an issue. Really. I told somebody that they don't care about me, and they went through to prove how they should be cared for and told me several examples where they never tell me, "Oh, woe is me." So now they're telling me all these things like, "Woe is me. I have this issue or this problem and this thing." Like, so, like, your entire existence that I've known you, never, woe is me. Never said that you had a problem. You've always been self-reliant. You've always been, "I'm going to get through this." So I've asked several times, I go, "Hey, when you have this problem, what do you do?" "Oh, well, I just go, I just keep going because, I don't have time to waste with that." And all of a sudden, "Oh, I had this problem and I couldn't do that because I had this problem." The first time that I've known them at all. So I did what they did. I said the words they said in the same tone that they say it to me. They weren't happy. They weren't happy at all. And it's funny because I've given them examples like, "Hey, this is, they're like, "You should, you don't care, da 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 da." And I'm like, well, it's this and this. I give them examples. This is what happens during this instance. Or, "Well, you want to hold everything I say against me, and I just care about you. I just care differently." I'm like, okay. So I calmed down a bit. I sent a text. I said, "Okay, you don't want me to tell you everything you did wrong. Why don't you tell me what you did right? Why don't you tell me what it, I'm trying to reach him on his terms, on his level. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to, okay, some people speak different love language. Maybe he's speaking a different care language. Maybe he's right. I'm going to have to consider, it's an argument if you're just sitting there shouting your points at each other and not listening. So I'm trying to listen. I'm like, all right, so tell me about what it is that you do care for me. Tell me how you care about me so that I can pay attention, so I can look for it. Because obviously I've been told I don't see it. Okay, I want to see it. What is it? I mean, if it's different, tell me about it. Tell me what it is you see. Well, I don't keep tally. I forgive you. I was told that he forgives me and that he's just going to let bygones be bygones and move on. This doesn't make me care for him. This makes me feel like he doesn't validate anything. I'm like, that's nice. Okay, let's go talk to a counselor then, because he's just proven that he doesn't care about me. And I've, you know, gave him examples where, thank God he cares. Thank goodness. I mean, relieved. He cares about our little one. So we went together, one of the kids, the youngest. Thank goodness. Where he's gone and ignored me, done the complete opposite of what I said. Hey, this is important to me. I've led with, hey, this is important to me. And gone out and could you and he tells me, okay, and gives a talk about that. Like, oh, that sounds really good. I'm like, oh, okay. I turn around and there he's doing the exact opposite of what I asked him to do. But then he'll go out of his way to help out our little one, which thank goodness, because she needs to be cared for and she needs to be cared about, and that's important. He don't care about me, he cares about her. Eh, I'll take it. I still cared about him for like the longest time, and he wants to make this work because I'm a freaking emotional punching bag. I'm his goddamn holodeck, and it's pissing me off. Really pissing me off. Like, I shouldn't be here. And I do it to myself. What pisses me off is I let him do it. I'm totally self-aware. So we might move to co-parenting. Just a nice co-parenting relationship, because that's all that matters. He tells me he cares about me. And I had to be very enthusiastic. I didn't yell and scream, but it was borderline. Borderline. He doesn't listen unless I'm yelling and screaming like some mad woman. You didn't say anything. Giving you an example where I said it 4 times, including led with, this is important to me. If it's important to me, it's a guarantee he's going to do the opposite. And I'm yelling, I'm screaming about it. Borderline screaming. I tell him I give him examples of how he feels, or how I've watched his reaction to the way I say certain phrases. And for the first time in our relationship, not about himself, he goes, how are you? I about had a freaking heart attack. First time. It's a simple, just a question. It doesn't take much. How are you? I'm like, wow. So he's making an effort, and I'm still here. Question is, I got told by somebody else who cares for me. I don't know how much they actually care about me, or they just, hate to care. I don't know. Either way. But, so my drink's like, so how long is this going to work? And he's not wrong. Share this with you, because this, I'm sharing this with you because this might be happening to you. Because you might be going through what I'm going through. And the pain that I have enough to deal with. So those nice quiet moments where maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks worth of he's, respectful, he's kind, he treats me like a human being. I mean, that's all I can ask for. That's all I want. I mean, just treat me like a fucking human being. You want to be with me, you want to love me. Have I not treated you like a human being? If I'm wrong, I need to correct myself. It's not that hard. So it gets us to the other part where I had to learn how to relax. I don't know how many years I have harnessed the power of adrenaline isn't the right word. Or stress. I have stressed, high-strung, anxiety issue. I've harnessed it because there are positive feats. But long term, I don't know a single person. I'm not aware of long terms where it has flourished and grown prosperity. Usually you start to deteriorate. The body has started to deteriorate. Yes, I have noticed my body has started to deteriorate, like stress and lots of stress, lots of dopamine, lots of, just not dopamine, excuse me. Dopamine is good. Serotonin's good. Oh my gosh, I could do with dopamine and serotonin. um, Anyways, you get high strung, and there's a certain chemical balance that your body starts producing under stress. And a lot of it over the long period of time is bad. I'm aware of this. I am definitely aware of this. And yeah, so I have to learn how to relax. So I can't control somebody else, and I don't want to control somebody else. I don't want to change him. I don't give two shits. Go be you. But if you want to be with me, treat me like a human being. I will provide this environment that is supposed to be safe, secure, and healthy, and something you can grow, heal, and prosper in. Self-sustaining happiness. Happiness is also a choice. So I can only provide you an environment which you could be yourself in. Because I've had him ask, well, what do you want me to do? I just want you to be you. Don't lie to me. Just don't tell me. He finally gets it to the point where he's erased so much crap in his phone. I was like, hey, I'm going to look at your phone. Or in front of him. He's in bed sleeping, whatever. I'm like, hey, do you want me, should I not look at your phone? Because I don't give two shits. But the fact that he had started our part of our relationship beforehand with, hey, look at what I'm doing on my phone. I have no secrets. This is completely open to you. Here's my other thing. So it's not to me that he has stuff in his phone. It's his ability to be open with me and show me and be transparent. That's what means to me. He don't give two shits. He's not going to listen to me say this. That's fine. That's fine. What do I care? And so I look through his phone. I'm like, hey, I'm going to look through this. I'm going to look through that. And I've noticed that even before we fought, I've seen messages. I've seen, even before I was not allowed to look at, he's erased it he's deleted shit. I'm like, okay, that I can handle. That I don't want to see it. Don't freaking lie to me though. Do not lie to me. Abstinence to grow healthy. Sometimes people need to not be looked at because looking at or watching people, watching the very thing that you're looking at, studying, or involving yourself with, it needs a healthy growth. Sometimes privacy is important. And it should be. I mean, like complete transparency. Do I really need that from him? Does he really need to see everything in my life? No. But yeah, he gets the point. So there's things that he doesn't show me, and that's fine. I mean, but don't lie to me. Don't say da 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 happened when you're doing something else. Don't say so and so has been and as a replacement for, somebody else. Just don't lie to me. Just that's all I ask. Yeah. It's not that hard. He's done it before. He should be able to do it again. My reaction. He shouldn't fear my reaction. Yeah, I can get pissed. I've dealt with him being all pissy. Why can't he deal with me being pissy? I tell him crap. Whether or not he wants to hear it, I'm honest with him. So just be honest with me. No matter his reaction. It's just like, dude. So I've tried to not say certain things so that he can, the point, I'm trying to be worth the stress. That's what I would expect from him. So that's what I would expect from another human being, not just a significant other, not just a family member, not just a friend, but another human being working towards an environment. Like, usually when you have dealing with traumas and people who've been through traumas, they can be nice to strangers and then real mean to their friends and family. So sometimes intense. Like, oh my gosh, can you just like not like can you not, I intently say stuff. I'm watching a kid do it to my youngest. I'm like, no, don't do that to her. I shouldn't do that to you. If I do that to you, it's not abusive or anything. It's just why she's just like intense. And I'm like, okay, give her a break. She's 3. So trying to give my 8-year-old a break. She's almost 9. And be like, okay, so whatever you need me to do, it's funny because last night she's like, you give her all the attention and you don't give me the attention. I'm like, okay. So what I'm understanding is that she wants attention on her terms. I'm like, that's fine. But when I give you attention, don't just turn around and say no and then go off to your computer. Like, I'm like, hey, we don't spend enough time. Let's go cook something. No. Hey, here's your hug. Because I give her sister a hug. And then I'm like, do you want your hug? Do you want your cuddles? No. And goes off to go play on the computer. Like, yeah, don't tell her about this. And she knows exactly what I was talking about because she started laughing. I'm like, it's fine. So what it means is for a young kid is that, hey, if you want attention, which you rightly deserve, make sure, on your terms, like you want my attention and I'm kind of busy doing something. If you want me to give you attention on your terms, you gotta be willing to be given attention on my terms as well. Like, she's like, she's figuring it out. Like, hey, wait, yeah, just because I didn't give her the attention when she wanted it, but I'd like to be able to, like, I'd like her to, like, tap me on the shoulder and be like, Mom, one mom is good enough. So, yeah, giving each other, because it's a human thing to do. A lot of people will be like, oh, they're just kids. No, they're not just kids. Adults do it too. all over workplace, friends' place, like we do this. You really got to understand the difference between kid things and grown-ups things is the translation of how many years have you spent on getting over it. Those are the ones that translated to their feelings aren't important, so they're not important, so they're going to act like whatever they do isn't important, even if it is important enough to hurt or harm a person or a situation. So it's like, oh, they'll ignore me, don't pay attention. No. And they'll be like, you'll hear people tell you stories about when the teacher said this, it changed my life, or when I, heard my parents say this. It's a single phrase. Completely changed their life. And parents, patriarchy, or whatever it is, and people just like can't be careful. Every single word you say might harm somebody or might help them throughout their day, stop and say something nice to somebody. And if they're in that frame of mind, they may notice it or they may never notice it. I know, times, days where I've started to notice, especially with the witchcraft, with, wait a minute, this whole day, if I think back on this whole day, you know, I have had, certain opportunities that I didn't even know I had. Or I might have noticed, friendly things had I been in a friendly mood. Or thinking about money, I might have seen more money throughout the day. I didn't even notice that. And it happened. So what we bring ourselves to the attention to notice, like we needed to hear that time at that day, like it was a sign. Is our subconscious going, hey, because it's occurring several times throughout your day, several times throughout your month, and whether or not you notice it, these spells help you bring attention to these things that you noticed. And I noticed them, and I'm like, what do I need to notice? What is my subconscious trying to tell me? And that's what I have to sit there and I have to wonder, like, am I, does he really care? That's why I sat there and I consider he probably does care about me, but I need to learn how he cares about me. I speak another, care language. But it would be nice that I don't watch him do the very things that I consider caring to other people and then completely the opposite for me, like it don't matter. That's I notice everything he says and does. And I remember a good 90-some% of what he says and does. Hyper aware of the kids, hyper aware of the people I love because they're in my circle, they're everything. And I try to self-aware of what I say and do, as much as possible. And then try to remember. But it's a lot to sit there and go through and process. I will sit there and process what I said, what I did, how things happened, what was the result of that, over and over and over in my head, whether it's traumatic or not. Just simplistic stuff to try to learn. Because I think I'm on the spectrum, so a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. To like, wait, but this rule is what I learned, and this happened. What am I missing? What's not said? What's not done? What cues did I miss? So, I'm trying really hard, but it's nice not to be hurt. And sometimes that means stepping away. Sometimes that means sticking up for yourself and saying, pick your battles, because I could be picking my battles all day long. You can end up feeling offended all day long, but if you take it as an offense, you're not going to be happy. I sit there and I think, what an angry little person I was. Always yelling and screaming and being mad and angry. Always feeling attacked, stressed out, anxious. I'm like, so is it my attitude at life that's making things difficult, like I'm being attacked? How do I navigate my perspective so that I feel less attacked, feel more like I'm doing and accomplishing what I want to accomplish? How do I relax? Because how powerful can people be when they relax? Just like do it from a different mind frame, see more opportunities, care for human beings, just care. So if we can't watch every word we say, instead we change the method in which we speak, strive to be present, and strive to speak honestly. It doesn't have to be brutally honest. It can be compassionately honest. So being honest, I believe, is more nice than not being honest. Honestly. Yeah. Just, because, I got enough on my plate. I sit there and think about my two eldest in another state with their dad, like constantly. I don't talk about it a lot, but like, am I doing enough for them? And always, always, always feels like, no, no, I'm not doing enough for them. And the should have, would have, could have's. So for my youngest, gets all the should have, could have, would have. And my 8-year-old, she deserves like so much more, and I need to give her more. Like feeling attention, striving to learn, because I've been working. I always work, and she's with other people, and other people have different belief. Uh, I strive to have a belief that should work for everybody, but sometimes I think that their beliefs don't always work for us. Because I was sitting here, I was thinking about religion. I was sitting here thinking about spirituality. Right here. I was in the car, actually, driving. Um, I'm thinking about things. I'm thinking about how to form a religion that has inclusion in it, that has acceptance, that has the things that humans need when we group together in an organization that should survive, instead of like one or two people, just survive like some religions have to change after they get so many more petitioners. Like when they grow their parish, when they grow their participants, they're like, "Oh, this doesn't work. You can't just do it this way. You have to do it. We have to change some things." Or where it's some religions, it's just like their practices have to be more accommodating later on, or they have to change their methodology of things. And I sit there because I've been thinking about trying to form a religion. I'm sure it's already out there. I'm just gonna put a different name on it, and different sculpture, thinking that I come up with it myself, and somebody else is having the exact same problem somewhere on the other side of the world, speaking a whole nother language where I don't even know they exist, coming up with the same thing. I'm like, you know, it's, but same teachings. I mean, because it's got to be human. It's got to be life. It's got to be about divinity, you know. I sat there and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought real hard about it because I don't want to just say this is what you should do, and this is how you should live. Da 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 da. Da. I want it to be living, breathing, and to work for everybody. You know. So how do you make a religion that works for everybody? That's an interesting. It shouldn't be too hard. It should be simplistic. The more simplistic, the better. It should be inclusive, very inclusive. So I sat there and I thought about stuff, and I was going to sit there and spit out, see where it goes, and try it out and see if it works. Spirituality is, a personal journey, but I mean, religion is when you have the shared spirituality and you come together as an organization and you have a certain kind of way of things, but a certain divinity, and share like holidays, and you share it should be fun. It should be realistic. It should be helpful. It should be healing. Those who go through trauma somehow, I've noticed certain practices. Somebody's gone through trauma or somebody's gone through something, and it becomes a culture. It becomes a part of their lifestyle and their little pod of little organism, family unit. Hi. Should I finish with this? Do you want me to hold this while you go to the bathroom? Oh, what's the dancing? Hold on. I'm already doing a video, and I don't think they want me to. Let me finish this video up so that they don't have to hear that video. Let me just here. Thank you. Love you guys. Love you guys. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next time.